Ladies and gentlemen, from the event that we had Raila Amolo Odinga, William Ruto signing an agreement deal, I was able to note some key things that I want to share on this video here today. Now, let me thank you all for those who are supporting me. Please keep on doing that because that is how I get to grow. Now, let me dive into this topic today. What are these key observations I made from this event that they had in Nairobi, KICC? Number one on the list is the issue to do with protocol.
To invite the first speaker, Your Excellency Raila Odinga. Welcome, Your Excellency.
We are used to the state events or maybe events where the president and deputy president are present. We get the deputy president speaks, then invites the president to come on and speak. Today's event, before I go to today's event, in Mombasa last time, Kithure Kindiki was criticized, or maybe Kenyans were on the aspect that after Kithure Kindiki, Raila spoke, then William Ruto spoke. When Kenyans raised concern about that, close allies of President William Ruto and of course Kithure Kindiki came out and said it was just normal. It was just normal. It was the event, so it was just a normal thing to do. So Kindiki was just meant to speak and then welcome Raila Amolo Odinga, who could later welcome William Ruto because it was the event. Now, I don't know what they are going to say this time around. Protocol was broken. Why am I saying so? After Kindiki had spoken, he invited Raila Amolo Odinga. And then Raila Amolo Odinga invited the President of the Republic of Kenya. From there, who is the second most powerful person in the country? From all indications, it is Raila Amolo Odinga. Now, I'm not going to give reasons to why, but let me tell you another hint that showed that Kithure Kindiki is slightly below Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto. When Kithure Kindiki finished speaking, the microphone that was used by other politicians, it was removed after he had finished speaking. And then a new presidential microphone was brought, which Raila Amolo Odinga used, and as well as William Ruto. In many other occasions, you realize that after any other leader has spoken, that microphone is removed, that stand is removed, and then we get a new presidential one for just William Ruto. But this time around, he shared the same microphone with Raila Amolo Odinga. That is an indication power has shifted from Kindiki, now it is to Raila Amolo Odinga. Probably is the second in command as we speak today. The second thing I realized from there, it is the missing of Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula. I'm going to do an extensive videos on this, but let me just touch something slightly about this. Musalia Mudavadi was missing. Why was he supposed to be there? In short, Musalia Mudavadi is the Prime Cabinet Secretary of the Republic of Kenya. This is a person who is almost in charge of all other cabinet secretaries. Apart from that, is the Foreign Affairs Minister, one of the most powerful officers in the cabinet. But he was missing in action to welcome this coalition. Remember, Musalia Mudavadi is Musalia Mudavadi is a money party. I don't know that party. They are together with William Ruto and UDA. So I expected as William Ruto goes to ODM, they go as a team that was already created, where Musalia Mudavadi was also like a co, maybe let me say to be a co-party leader to President William Ruto. But now, as we speak today, Musalia Mudavadi was not present. He was expected to be there, being that he's senior in government and being that he's also part of the coalition that they had with UDA. But Musalia Mudavadi was missing in action. Recently, someone quoted someone, I took it as a joke, that Musalia Mudavadi expressed dissatisfaction at some point. Right now, he's feeling that he's isolated from government, and as we speak today, he feels like he's no longer part of the Kenya Kwanza government. The same thing, Wetangula was expected to be there. I saw some lady was there, that is Shabina Chege, who is probably one of the leaders in Jubilee, but Moses Wetangula being Ford Kenya leader, party leader, because he hasn't resigned and is still in the National Assembly, of course, which is against the law. He was missing. Being a leader, being a senior person in government, being present in such a kind of an event that is going to determine the entire structure of the National Assembly, I expected Moses Wetangula to be present. But surprisingly, Moses Wetangula was not there. Neither was he represented by anyone. That is one of the observations I made. I'm going to do an extensive video on why these two could have missed. But for now, that's what I just want to mention. Another thing, key observation I made, is the missing of the key Mount Kenya leaders. Why am I talking about this? If there's a region that has so many MPs for UDA, it is Mount Kenya. If there's a region that has more governors from UDA, it is Mount Kenya. But as we speak today, nobody was there. Kithure Kindiki is from the mountain, but generally he has not gotten to the ground yet. So we cannot declare him as the government, as the leader of the people within the mountain region. But at least there could be someone to support him. Apart from Cecil Mbarire, who was there in the capacity of as a chairperson of a UDA party, I expected maybe we could have that one from Oranga. I expected we could have that one from Kiambu. I expected we could have that one from Laikipia. I expected we could have that one from Nyandarua, but none of these was present to welcome this kind of a coalition. As well, I'm going to do an extensive video on why the Mount Kenya leaders, particularly the governors, were missing in action. We saw the ODM people were there. We saw DM governors like Simba Arati was present. That one of Mombasa was there. We saw Anyang' Nyong'o was there. The number of governors from ODM side were huge in number. But from the other side, it was minimal. The person who was there, general from the Mount Kenya region, it was Kimani Ichung'wah, of which it was expected because we all know Kimani Ichung'wah was a serious supporter and ally of President William Ruto. So therefore, he was to be present. But from my side, I categorically say that there was something fishy when we had these Mount Kenya leaders missing. Recently, there was a rumor that was moving around that Kithure Kindiki invited them to come to Karen, but none of these governors attended. So therefore, there is something. And I'm going to do an extensive video basically on that. Another observation I made, it is the defense that these people are making against the criticism. The people, I mean Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto. What impressed me is that these people do listen to Kenyans, what they say. William Ruto has been keen that Raila Amolo Odinga has been seriously fought by Kenyans, especially the youths, for joining government after and actually embracing some of the things that have been happening in government, which are against the rights of Kenyans. So therefore, they came on board first. Raila Amolo Odinga started defending his decision to go to the AU. He defended William Ruto that he's not the one who encouraged him to go. And of course, he started defending William Ruto that he supported him so much in the AU. That was okay because he had to embrace his fans. But the fact is, I learned that Raila Amolo, actually from William Ruto's speech, that he noticed the criticism that Raila Amolo Odinga was undergoing as a result of joining him in government. So therefore, this was defending themselves from the criticism that has been going on. Another thing I also observed is that Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto were so keen to give the reasons as to why these people are merging. Let me just conclude by asking a very simple question, you guys. Is there any disunity in the country? Is there any war that is taking place? Are we not united as a country? As we speak today, Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto, they are simply running a certain narrative of saying that the country was not united, so they are bringing them together in the name of a broad-based government. Are we people complaining? If it was broad-based, it was simply to go and ensure that we go do appointments, the president does appointments according to the constitution. Let us see him remove some of the cabinet secretaries from the Kalenjin region. We see some balanced appointments across the country. But in real sense, we realize that there's nothing happening as far as the reshuffling is concerned, but we had Raila Amolo Odinga's men being appointed. Is that broad-based? I don't know what you think, but indeed they were defending themselves and trying to show that these people were just simply trying to unite the country. My name is Abel Mokwa. Please let me see on the comment section what you think or what you observed from Raila Amolo Odinga's and William Ruto event at KICC.